Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review over The Real Housewives of Potomac. This was the last part of this reunion. We close out season 5. I'm happy that, look, season 5 was great. It was entertaining, but it was a mess. Girl, all those things can't exist at the same time. Girl, I was entertained, but girl, reviewing it, girl, I don't know what some of y'all been on. Girl, I guess y'all said the same thing about me too. It is what it is. So let's get into this reunion because I have a lot that I want to say. Girl, by the end of this reunion, girl, some of y'all girls gonna probably be unsubscribed. Girl, thumbs down. Girl, probably not even by the end, girl, by the first 5 minutes. All right, so Candace is crying. I'll say this much about Candace. If it's to the point where Candace has to be on medication, I don't know if it's best that she stay on this show. Girl, if your mental is that, if your mental state is to the point where you have to go get a prescribed medication to help you cope, then girl, I don't really know what to say. I've said, before that Candace crying got on my nerves, and at the end of the day, it is true. You could say what you want to say. Black people, period. We have this thing with showing emotion. We have this thing, especially with crying, not even emotion. We have this thing with crying. So when we see people cry and they cry more than once, it's like, girl, you're doing too much. And so I think it's a problem when we see this, this black person, this black woman crying, and that disturbs us more than Karen, who will lie at, as soon as she opens up her mouth, she's lying. Monique, whose story has changed, girl, 17 times. Now it's her daddy's fault. Now it's your daddy's fault that you popped this girl. So I think it's really a problem that, again, that we are more disturbed by Candace crying than we are by, the other things that have happened on this show time and time again. Andy. I saw a lot of people were upset at Andy. I think it's weird because Andy called Candace a disaster the first part of the reunion, and nobody had anything to say. And now people are upset. And I'm basing my opinion off of the comments that I've seen. On Instagram, what's the page name? Like the Peach Report Daily, I think OMFG something. They post clips throughout the night while the show is on. And so the majority of the time I'm watching those clips until I can see the full episode. And so I saw a lot of people angry with Andrew Cohen because they felt as though he was treating Monique unfairly. Girl, his employee got into a fight at work. What do y'all expect would happen? For the most part, since y'all always want to talk about what happens in the real world, you go fight at work and you'll be filing an unemployment claim tomorrow. So to me, and then now people want to use, I guess, this mistreatment that Monique and Chris received from Andy and align it with what Nene is saying about Bravo. Girl, the girls are fighting at work. And y'all are mad because this man is asking questions and trying to get to the bottom of things. I think that is weird. I think that's weird. And y'all know that I'm not the biggest Andy fan. But, I can try to step outside of my dislike for, for Miss Andy and say, girl, I feel like y'all reaching. Y'all are reaching. You let your employees fight at work. More than likely, it's a good chance that both of them may get fired. But there's also a chance that the one who through the blows, they would definitely be out of the door. Candace is in the back crying. I feel like this Chris that was comforting his wife is the Chris that I like the most. I have gotten into Chris's ass a couple of times this season because I felt like, especially a lot of the viewers, they use, Mama Dorothy hitting Candace with a purse, with her handbag as a reason to why it was okay for Monique to hit Candace, which I think is absolutely ludicrous. Like, y'all motherfuckers are still getting online at 40 and 50 years old and scared to tell your mama and daddy to stop disrespecting you. Bitch, you got 3 and 4 kids, an ex-wife underneath your belt, an ex-husband underneath your belt, and you can't even tell your mama, you ain't even got the dick or balls or pussy lips to tell your mama or daddy to stop disrespecting you at 48 years. You know how many comments I see online? Oh my God, I could never do that to my mama. Oh my God, I would be scared to say that to my mama. Oh my God, I could never. But then all of a sudden y'all want Candace to press charges against her mother because she hit her with a purse, when y'all ain't even got the pussy lips to tell your mama to stop disrespecting you as a grown-ass woman or a grown-ass man. Stop it. It sounds dumb. And it's not, y'all not doing that shit. So why would y'all expect Candace to go press charges on her? Well, you pressing charges on Monique, but you ain't pressing charges on your mama. Go tell your mama about the childhood trauma and how fucked up they got y'all in y'all head. Y'all can't even do that. But I think Chris plays a part in how the viewers handle Candace. When Chris is doing all this extra sitting on Candace's lap and trying to cover her mouth up, I just feel like they use that, and they use that as a weapon against Candace. And I felt like this was a good look for him to be back there, trying to make his wife laugh, comfort her, hold her hand, rub her hands. I feel like that's the way that you should do it. Hell, even the way that Chris Samuels got on stage and looked like a goddamn fool over his wife. I mean, that's his wife at the end of the day. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. Monique says, while Candace is in the back, Monique says that this was not about her and that she snapped. Yeah, I mean, Candace pressed charges. Did Candace press charges because Monique did not apologize? I believe that she did. I believe that played a major part in it. I really do think that if Monique would have apologized, I think what put the nail in the coffin is when Robin came back and told her, not put the nail in the coffin, but I do feel like it was I do believe it was many things that played a part in her pressing charges, but I do think that if Monique would have just apologized to Candace, I really don't think that Candace would have pressed charges. But when you look at how Monique was behaving on Twitter, behaving on social media, retweeting stuff, liking stuff, writing songs, being gassed up by, the students and the gladiators. I call Monique's ride or die fans the students, because I think Monique is Annalise Keating and Olivia Pope mixed together, and I feel like the people that follow her are the gladiators. The gladiators on Scandal said they will blindly follow Olivia over a cliff. Some of them hoes almost ended up in prison. Yeah, one of Annalise Keating's students, baby, they almost ended up in prison too. One of them actually did go to prison for 5 years on the show. But I do think that a lot of these things played a part into Candace pressing charges, and I do think that if just Monique would have just apologized, it was like, girl, I'm sorry for beating your ass, sis. I snapped, like she said at the reunion, girl, I snapped. It didn't have nothing to do with you. I think that this wouldn't have been this big of a deal, but because Monique was so hell bent on trying to justify why she did what she did, and then I think once it started to air, I need some water. And I think once it started to air, I think the viewers started to, hype Monique up. I feel like she just started to use any excuse for why she did what she did. Did Candace take it too far with the legal action? Everybody pretty much says they thought that Candace took it too far with the legal action. I don't think, as much as Gizelle hates Monique, as much as y'all think that Wendy hates Monique or Robin, I really don't think they wanted Monique to go to jail. Like, I do think that they just wanted her, slap on the wrist, hurt, she can't come around for a few episodes. But I don't think they wanted Monique to go to jail. I do think, and like I said in my reviews before, a lot of people tried to compare the girls choosing Candace's side over Monique's side as the same thing as Ashley writing a police statement. And like I told y'all before, that it's not the same thing. Those girls took a side. They took a position in what they thought was right and wrong. Like, bitch, you dead ass wrong for fighting this girl at work. You get what I'm saying? Like, girl, we are supposed to come together. Like, we literally get paid to come around each other, have cocktails, talk shit, read and shade. And you fought this girl at work. And this is what we get paid to do. So yes, bitch, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to film with you. Because you could snap on me at any time and feel and have no remorse. So why would I come around you knowing that alcohol will be involved, knowing that there's going to be some type of confrontation at this table, and then I want to shoot with you? So no, bitch, I don't want to be around Monique Samuels because the bitch like to fight in barns. I'm not doing it. That's the position that they took. They did not get involved legally. That's where they drew the line. Ashley, on the other hand, got involved legally and she did not tell the full truth. Yes, Candace threw a butter knife at you. But the same way that y'all say that Candace provoked Monique in that barn by twirling and dancing and doing a bankhead bounce. I'm sleep, girl, you talking bullshit. I'm spinning and dancing and twirling and laughing and having a good time. The same way you can understand how Candace supposedly provoked Monique, I don't understand how you don't understand how Ashley provoked Candace in her own fucking home, right? You can understand how somebody can be provoked in a barn, but you can't understand how somebody can be provoked in their own home when you got a bitch sitting at your goddamn dinner table who you don't like telling you that this is your mama's house. And also telling you, girl, let me leave before I pop you with this purse because she like to get pop. And I ain't gonna lie, girl. I was laughing, girl, because when I tell you Ashley was getting Candace together in that house, and then after this woman asked you to leave her home, girl, you walk back in. She asked you to leave, you walked back in. So, girl, you wasn't too bothered by that night. So all I'm saying is, bitch, when Ashley went and wrote that statement, she didn't include everything that happened. She didn't. So anyways, Monique countersued. Girl, Candace is upset and calling her lawyer, a quack lawyer. At the end of the day, the truth of the matter is, even if I feel as though Monique is dead wrong, bitch, I would have sued too. Girl, if you sue me, I'm suing you. Girl, that's just how it works in my book. If you sue me, I'm suing you. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. Wrong or right. Come hook or come crook. Bitch, I'm suing you back. So I wasn't even mad at Monique for countersuing. Does Ashley and Monique have a genuine friendship? No, they absolutely do not. It don't have nothing to do with Monique, you being able to have friends. It's just that we know that you have that evidence of that white man walking around, assaulting people at work. We know you have that tape. Now Monique blames her father. You don't want to make light of childhood trauma, but girl, I'm just going to call fuck shit on this. You could take it how you want to take it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Monique has come up with every reason, every excuse of why she hit Candace. First it was I blacked out. I blacked out. Then when she got with the girls at Karen's house, it was, I have no explanation of what I did. What I did was inexcusable. I blacked out. This is not who I am. Don't judge me off of this one incident. However, I don't have any remorse, but can you pray for me? See, the students and the gladiators, y'all get mad when I start quoting facts. Because you can't handle it. And that's just facts, what I just said. She said those things. Then it was, she sat down with her pastor and it was, she didn't do anything to deserve this. And then she let the students and the gladiators hype her up and say, well, it was because she said drag me. Then it was because she has a reckless mouth. Then it was, oh, her hand was underneath my chin. And now it was, well, her hand was in my face, and that triggered me because my daddy used to put his hand in my... Girl, I can't even keep up. I can't even keep up. A lot of y'all keep saying that, and I asked y'all this in my last review. What has Candace done to Monique? Do not bring up Ashley. Do not bring up Ashley Darby. Because I think it is weird as fuck that as much chaos that Ashley has caused on this show. And y'all already know, girl, I used to go up for Ashley because, girl, quiet as it's kept, Ashley was ignorant as hell and she was good television. But I can be honest and say that Ashley has caused, girl, so much chaos and confusion within the Real Housewives of Potomac. So for y'all to just throw that out of the window, and then when Ashley finally meets her match, which is Candace, and she can't handle Candace's mouth, y'all use that as a reason why Monique hit Candace. Don't bring up that butter knife. That ain't got shit to do with Monique. Cause quiet as it's kept, if you really want to be honest about it, Monique and Candace used to wear Ashley out. That's why Ashley couldn't say, girl, I don't believe that Monique used to talk about me. Because we know that when Monique and Candace were friends, they used to wear them Darbies out. Especially when Chris let it be known that Chris almost beat Michael ass at the reunion a couple of years ago. So we're not even going to play that game. But again, I just want to know, what has Candace done to Monique? What has she said to Monique? And don't bring up Ashley. Don't bring up nothing about Ashley and Candace. Because that ain't got nothing to do with Monique. Anyways, Candace really doesn't accept the apology. Instead of writing a letter that her therapist told her to write to Candace, she decides to write a song. Okay, so she puts her thoughts into, pen and paper, and she creates a song. I don't know how you go from your therapist telling you to write a letter to the person who you attacked to, well, let me write a song and brag about whooping this bitch ass. Girl, where? Okay, whatever. Candace tells the truth. Again, I walked away 4 times. Candace, throughout this season, and see, this is the problem that I'm having with a lot of people. And I'll tell you, this is how I remember things happening. I remember when this fight first, when it hit the blogs that Candace and Monique had a fight. I remember getting my black ass on YouTube, and I said, hey y'all, they say Monique and Candace got into a fight. For some reason, I think it's gonna be Candace's fault, because Monique cares too much about her image to be in these streets fighting just for no reason. So whatever happened, I'm sure that Candace probably provoked Monique. Because I don't think Monique would just be out here in these streets fighting because she's too conscious about her image. And then, I started to look at the comments, and, I was leaning towards Team Monique. Most people had already made their decision that they Team Monique. And so Monique started doing these lives, and I'm listening to these lives, and I hear her talking about Gigi and Gizelle, and I remember lying in my bed, trying to get some sleep before work, and I got back online and I said, hey y'all, just a quick video. I was like, I'm sitting here thinking, this don't make no sense, y'all. I was like, something is going on. I said, it sounds like that if anybody ass should have been getting monkey stomped, it should have been Gigi and Gizelle's. Why she fighting Candace? Because it don't sound like Candace did nothing to me. But the show hadn't came on yet. But I was so iffy about why Monique was doing all of these lives. Like, girl, why are you doing all these lives? It's not adding up. And then when the show finally came on, I was like, hold up. It looked like Monique is fucking with Candace. Because every chance we get, every time I look at the screen, I see Monique trying to start an argument with Candace and Candace apologizing or walking away. And then when Monique thinks that the audio is cut, she knows the cameras are cut, she wants to go hug and hop on Candace. And when after Ashley's dinner, Candace was like, girl, get off of me. Basically, like, you full of shit. If you didn't want that hoe to be there talking about Sharice, you should have came and told me. And then here we are. Girl, y'all use that one incident at that barn and y'all just leave out everything that happened prior to that. Candace did walk away from Monique numerous times. She did apologize to Monique numerous times. She did. This was the one time that Candace entertained Monique in a playful way. You know, some of y'all have said in the comment section, you know, you miss the days where people had fun, shade. Girl, I don't know how much fun you can get. Girl, Candace was literally across a table, twirling and dancing and bouncing her shoulders up and down. And that's the thing that sent Monique over the edge. And y'all have come up with every fucking excuse in the book on why Monique has put her hands, or why it's okay for Monique to put her hands on Candace. I can't say, bitch, I can understand if I fucked your husband. I can understand if I stole your money. But girl, ain't none of that happened. None of that has happened. And I think that's the thing where I can't wrap my brain around. Like, I do think that we get to a certain age where it's like, girl, fighting is lowbrow. Girl, it's ghetto, it's ignorant as fuck. But I also know that in certain situations, sometimes a fight can happen. You know, if you have to defend yourself, you know, if you walk into your best friend hopping on your man dick and doing a full split, I can see how you could whoop ass. But I'm sitting here looking at this show and I cannot understand, especially when I see, I need some water. I ain't got no, all I got is my t-shirt and my panties on. Shout out to Erica the Darrow TV out with his motherfucking head. Girl, all I got is, I need some water, and I do not feel like stopping this video. And all I got is on some t-shirt and some pants. T-shirt and my panties on. But yeah, y'all, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, but the and I just couldn't understand because the people that Monique asked she should have been whooping, girl, she didn't. So I'm like, girl, you ain't whooped Gigi ass. You ain't whooped Gizelle ass. You ain't whooped Robin ass. Sharice, you ain't whooped her ass. But you whooped Candace? I swear to God, if it would have got out that Monique had fought Gizelle, I would have said, well, girl, that makes sense. Girl, they say she out here plotting and planning, talking about the girl baby ate her husband's. I can see how a bitch could whoop a hoe ass. I would have said that. If Monique would have fought her friend Gigi, based on what Monique said, I would have been like, girl, I could see how she could fight her friend. If she would have fought Robin when Robin got in her face and she told her, don't make me choke you out with this umbrella, I said, well, I would have said I could understand that, girl. Robin did get in that bitch face. Girl. If she would have fought Ashley, after Ashley basically said that, girl, your drinking is what contributed to you having a miscarriage, I can see how a bitch could snap and be like, bitch, what the fuck you just say? But girl, you fighting Candace because she was bouncing up and down and twirling? Girl, what? And you come up with every excuse under the sun of, now it's your daddy's fault? Girl, I'm over it. Candace Karen, girl. Candace basically gives an example of, bitch, what would you do? If your head is down on the table, you getting your ass whooped, and all you got is a motherfucking glass, you're not gonna swing the glass? That's why when Karen was trying to sit here and say, you know, there's some things, because she was calling Candace a liar. There are some things that were in the report, you know. Girl, I don't even care. Now, girl, this is why I holler. Girl, okay, so last night, I was in my car on my lunch break watching the show. And I was like, I just finished watching it when I get home. So I'm in my car. I just ate me a mac rib and some french fries from McDonald's and a sweet tea. And so I'm watching it. I'm sitting there in the car just watching the girl. And I heard Karen talking. I hear Candace saying that Karen tried to get her fired. And I was like, girl, what? And so when I heard, you know, Karen does a lot of, like, Karen does say a lot. She talks a lot without getting to the point first. Like, I mean, not getting to the point first. But Karen says a lot of nothing sometimes. And so I'm sitting here, I was not understanding what Karen was trying to say. And so y'all tell me if I'm wrong, if this is what I heard. If this is not what I heard. This is what I think I heard. Candace sent Karen a text message. I guess they must have got into it. And Candace told Karen to burn in eternal hell or go to hell or something like that. And Karen took that as Candace was threatening her, right? So, because Karen has something in her contract about psychological something, she went to the powers that be at Bravo and said, this woman is threatening me. This is what I got what Karen was saying. This little bitch have to be losing her mind if she told me to burn in eternal hell, because my friend would never do that. Now, this is the problem that I have with all this. Karen, first of all, bitch, that's not no threat. The second thing is, if you take that as a threat, then I really don't know how you could even just be split down the middle of what Monique did to Candace. If that's enough for you to try to get a bitch off a show, then girl, what would you think Candace should do to Monique? Karen full of shit. Karen is full of shit. The husbands come out. You know, I thought Eddie and Wendy looked absolutely fantastic. I did not like those pants that Eddie had on. I don't know why did Eddie have on some navy pants? I was like, where did those pants come from? Like, I just did not understand. From the waist up, I thought when he was sitting behind Wendy, I was like, now best looking couple will go to Wendy and Eddie. Chris, for the most part, Chris usually is probably the best dressed husband at the reunion. This time it kind of looked like he dressed himself. Like, child, let me just throw a vest on and some pants and some Adidas and go on to this reunion. Chris Samuels looked the fool. Girl, we just gonna say it, girl. We was talking about this last night. I forgot her name. I just ran across her page. Maureen, I forgot her name, but we was talking about this in the chat last night. Chris looked the fool. Chris looked the goddamn fool. That suit was too big. I think I've seen a picture of Chris in that same suit before with Monique in the picture that they took. Chris looked the fool. That suit looked like the suit that he wore when he was bigger. Chris, get rid of that suit. It's too big. But yeah, the husbands come out. Girl, Andy is on his phone. He's talking to everybody. Everybody's getting set up. Hey y'all, how you doing? You know, did y'all watch the Michael Jordan documentary, whatever it was called? You know, I don't watch stuff like that. But did you watch the Last Days or whatever, that Michael Jordan thing that came on Netflix? And so, you know, Robin talking about it, and he gets to Chris, hey Chris, did you watch it? And then Chris said, girl, I'm not here for that. Let's get to this shit. Girl, I'm here to talk about the plotation against my wife, girl. So, of course, everybody looking like, oh, shit, girl, we can't even, like, have an icebreaker before we get back into the shit. Chris said, fuck that icebreaker. Ray basically said, Karen got me fucked up. I paid all the bills, gave her a stipend. Girl, she charged up credit cards. I mean, at the end of the day, girl, quiet as it's kept. You don't get no kudos. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ray, you don't get no kudos points for doing that because that's what you agreed to. You agreed that Karen would be the stay-at-home wife. She would be, she would take care of the kids, take care of you. So, girl, you did what you were supposed to do. She did what she was supposed to do. Now, girl, the kids are out the home and Karen wants to spread her wings and fly. And thank God that Karen is on this show because, girl, based off what I can understand, you ain't got no goddamn money because if you did, Karen wouldn't have had to open up her goddamn pocketbook and help pay your bill. Okay. Now, Gizelle has a bodyguard. Now, I'm not gonna lie. What I said, girl, I roll my eyes. The same way I definitely thought that Gizelle was doing too much at Karen. When Gizelle came with that bodyguard to Karen's house, and I was like, girl, this bitch is doing too much, girl. Do I think that Gizelle was being extra? Yes, I do. But at the end of the day, we're not gonna sit here and pretend that Chris just did not get on a live and threaten to monkey stomp that girl. Chris said he wished he was a trans woman so he could put his hands on Gizelle. And his wife sat there and co-signed it. Now, I get that Chris was upset. I think that it is very much so weird that people are upset. Now, this is, do you know how many people I have seen call Monique a Christian woman? They say that Jamal is not a pastor. He ain't, girl. But like I said, girl, I think it's weird as fuck that y'all out the blue now want Jamal to start acting like a motherfucking pastor. When has he ever acted like a pastor? So why y'all expect him to act like one now? But I think it's weird that y'all will sit here and say that Jamal is not a pastor. You question Gizelle's, being a Christian. But girl, all of a sudden Monique, after all the stunts and shows she done pulled, beating people asses, bringing ex-wives onto the show, girl, all this shit, girl, she's still a Christian woman. Girl, y'all crazy. But, Chris says, I don't argue with women. And just like Gizelle said, but you'll hit one? Girl, it don't make no sense, Chris. Like, this is the thing. One thing I don't like is that I don't like the fact that a man and a woman can't just have a disagreement or have an argument and it just turn into this, oh my God. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you're a woman or not. Bitch, I'm gonna say what the fuck I got to say. Now, I'm gonna try to be respectful as possible, especially if we face to face, because I know that things could turn south, especially if you have a husband. But bitch, I'm saying what the fuck I got to say. I don't give a fuck about you being no woman. Bitch, you a grown-ass woman, I'm a grown-ass man. Say what you need to say, I'm gonna say what I need to say. The same way that Candace addressed Chris, she said, Chris, I'm talking directly to you. Things can be addressed in a respectful way. Now, yes, I do understand, because I'm about to get into marriage and medicine. I do understand to a certain degree, because things can go left, especially if you have a partner and you got this other man talking to your wife or girlfriend crazy. Now that is how niggas can start to get their necks broke. Like, okay, bitch, you doing too much. Sit your ass down. Stop hollering at my wife. But anyways, child. Now this is the part where I said, Monique and Chris, y'all full of shit. And y'all can take that how y'all want to take it. Was there a plot to take out Monique? I think there was. Candace, you a fucking liar, bitch. I remember that goddamn live hoe. And I remember your ass getting on live saying that, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't go look for the live. But I remember Candace black ass getting on that live talking about Gizelle. She mentioned Robin, but I think Gizelle was the ringleader, trying to come up with a plan to say that baby was not Chris's. And now your ass is backpedaling and pussy popping. I understand it. You pissed off at Monique, so you don't want to give Monique nothing. Like, bitch, it was a lie. That didn't happen. But the truth of the matter is, Candace, Excuse me, y'all. Bitch, I need some water. Bitch, you done already said it. So it was a plot. I do definitely believe that. I believe that there was a discussion. I do believe that it came up like, bitch, this is what I'm about to try to do. And I do believe that Candace called Karen upset because at the time she still had love for Monique. Karen told Monique. Monique got in contact with Candace. Candace said that, girl, that is true. That is what happened. And now because Candace is pissed off at Monique, she don't want to just say, girl, bitch, it happened. But it happened. Now, this is the problem. Bitch, it happened 2 years ago, bitch. How y'all upset at some shit that happened 2 years ago? And like I said in my last review, this bitch been in your house around your goddamn son and your husband. So they show the unseen footage. And this is where the shit started getting real spicy. They show the unseen footage where Gizelle walks into the home and Chris says, don't he look just like his daddy, Gizelle? And Gizelle was standing there like, yeah, he look like you. Who else would he look like? Monique just laughing like it's funny. Y'all full of shit. Monique, you threw your leg to the moon for that trainer. You fucked that trainer. And you tried to change the direction of the conversation. And your ass succeeded. But girl, you ain't never been upset about nothing that Gizelle said. Because if you were, you would have whooped that bitch ass as soon as she walked. Girl, I just want to get that bitch over here so I could whoop her ass. But you didn't. You had your baby around that girl. Your husband was around that girl. She was in your back seat, the back seat of your truck. She was at your lake house. You was giving her high fives. Girl, you was going to lunch with that girl, with that woman. You planned a dinner party with that woman. And now 2-3 years later, your ass is pissed off. And your husband let it be known that those receipts that you were reading were you had those receipts years ago. I thought he said a couple of years. He said years, which could be 2+ years. So you bringing some receipts from 2+ years ago, girl? But ain't nobody catching that shit. So, was Gizelle being... This is the thing. Instead of Gizelle just saying, I wanted to get... See, ain't none of these hoes being honest. That's what it comes down to. All these bitches is lying. Candace, bitch, you lying. Karen, bitch, you lying. Gizelle, you... Instead of Gizelle just saying... I already told y'all why Candace not going to say the truth because she pissed off at Monique and she don't want to give that bitch nothing. But Candace, at the end of the day, bitch, you lying about that plantation. You know what happened. Gizelle, instead of Gizelle just saying, yeah, I wanted to get back at that bitch because she fucked up my relationship with Sherman. She going to deny. Bitch, you lying, it happened. Instead of Monique just saying, you know what, bitch, I fucked my personal trainer and I was trying to change the direction of this conversation and I fought Candace because she was the easiest target. She not gonna say that. It was a plantation to take down my family. But the person who tried to take down your family, bitch, you been kikiing in their goddamn face. That's why I say I'm not buying that bullshit from Chris and Monique. It's a lie. It's not a lie. Girl, they don't give a fuck. And because Monique knows she was hopping on a dick and doing a full split and not her husband's, I think she cheated on Chris with that personal trainer. I do. And I believe every word Gigi had to say in her live. I only saw like 30 minutes of it, but I believe it. And I said I believe that months ago. If y'all go watch my review, I said, girl, I think Monique probably fucked that trainer. Look at my alarm going off. Hold up. I can't even get up, child. Girl, I need to slide. I ain't got no draw. I ain't got no pants on, yo. Woo. Ooh, girl. I have to slide on out now. I ain't got no pants on. My alarm was going off. The thing is, nobody would have known. Now, they did show footage of Monique talking about this at that shop, at that, wherever she was at with Robin. I think a furniture store. The thing is, this had not made, Monique brought this up. Monique brought this up. This was not on the show. What was on the show was you supposedly fucked your trainer. And Gizelle mentioned that. But it was not mentioned on the show that that baby was not Chris's. That's something that Monique introduced. Nobody would have ever known this if Monique would have went on live with her husband and said it. Girl, when Robin started yelling, I'm so glad that Juan Dixon is not here. I am so glad. Girl, I was like, girl, what? I didn't know where that was coming from. When Chris was like, I'll play chess, not checkers, girl, you actually really don't. I mean, I guess actually you really do, because like I said, girl, we can say what we want to say about that Monique and Chris. Girl, they have won this season. Girl, out of all the shit that Monique has done, girl, out of all the shit we know that has happened between Gizelle and Monique, girl, for some reason, girl, y'all hate Gizelle so much that y'all cannot take those blinders off and see the truth for what the fuck it is. Candace calls Michael a creep. Ray wants to get, you know, I guess renew his vows next year. Girl, Chris started crying. Oh, girl. Chris started crying. I want to thank one thing I will say, girl, if you're going to get you a man like Chris. They say the man's supposed to love the husband more than, they say your man's supposed to love you more than you love him. Clearly he loves his wife. But all that crying he was doing, now it's so crazy. The reason why I was rolling my eyes on the crying, not all the crying he was doing, but I just thought it was fake. I just did not think it was authentic. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't the fact that he was crying. It was the fact that I thought it was fake as fuck. I just want to thank my wife because all the stuff she's been through. And she know I love her. It's time to take my wife down. Girl, the plot to take your wife down, and you had the bitch that was a head that was the ringleader of the plotation in your motherfucking house. Girl, where? Girl, y'all fake. He tells Gizelle, no, I'm not gonna lie, girl. When Gizelle was cussing the fuck, girl, when Gizelle was like, why is that big motherfucker even here? Girl, when I tell you Gizelle was cursing. Gizelle was, I don't blame her. I don't blame Gizelle. I was actually here for Gizelle this part 3. That's it, y'all. I was about to go into a whole rant, but I don't even feel like getting into all of that. You know, let me say this much. I feel like my alarm, I had my alarm set on my phone. Hopefully it doesn't go off. Because I can't remember what time I had it on. I don't even feel like getting into all that. This is a season. I'll probably make another video. This was my review over Real Housewives of Potomac. I think this was a great season. And, you know, that's all I got. Girl, I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed. I tried to push through. Girl, I tried to have some energy. Hopefully, girl, I'm gone. I'm sorry. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.